win-win situation for both. Let us have a look at developer tools. Majority of our audience are developers. See, on the Python side, we get three major tools. One is a development server, configuration tool, and data tool. Data tool will help you to upload and download data to cloud. Then configuration tools, as we have seen, it can be used for updating indexes, updating the cron jobs, updating the application itself. And several times in a day, in an hour, you can update your application. That helps you to adopt some of the extreme programming manifesto or agile manifesto in your development environment. Immediately it is available and you can see, or testers can see the application and start doing the necessary testing. Then in Java, there are development tools like Google plugin for Eclipse. Eclipse is one of the most leading IDE, and the GWT is of course proprietary from Google, and it gives you it helps you to develop the front end front end using Java. At the same time, you will get it as JavaScript, optimized JavaScript, and it will be browser agnostic. Then third-party plugin for IntelliJ and NetBeans, of course, those are integrated development environments, IDEs. IntelliJ and NetBeans are also so popular in the IT developer community. Then Apache Maven and Apache Ant. For Go, again, you find development server, configuration tool, and data tool. The tool set is powerful and very few in number. Let's go to the next slide and see what runtime environment. We'll have a look at the runtime environment, what is available currently. Python 2.7, Python standard library. I have put a plus and minus. The reason is that anything related to native code, anything gives access to native elements, such libraries have been either deprecated or negated, or even have been removed. So most of the Python standard library will be available, but your socket libraries and other things will not be available, so that it takes care of the sandbox restrictions. Then several third-party libraries you will find in Python 2.7, runtime, Django, Jinja, all these very interesting names. And it does a great job when it comes to developing your UI and when you try to interact with the server side. Then on the Java side, you will find Java 6 is the current runtime environment and Java 7 is experimental. So basically, Java is a servlet JSP environment. Again, take care of the JRE whitelist. Every classes in JRE cannot be used because of the sandbox restrictions. Then for data store support interfaces, you'll find Java data object and persistence architecture, good interfaces for them. Then storage options. This is quite important. Storage options on GAE, the default has become now high replication data store. There will be synchronous multiple writes happening to several servers, and that takes care of most of the failover and other backup requirements, but has got a performance overhead on the writing to more than one servers. Then NDB, that is network database. The difference between high replication data store and NDB will be, NDB allows nested entities. It also has integrated automatic caching and also async APIs. See that the difference about caching, in high replication data store, the general flow will be like this. First you check whether the key is available in the memcache, for which you will have to write the code for it. And if it is not available in the memcache, you go and access the database. It is a piece of extra code as well as it is a two-step. At the same time on NDB, it is integrated. It is an integrated automatic caching is happening. So when you try to access it, you may not. The implementation essentially is high replication database plus memcache. Then under Google APIs, if you are a Google API user, Google Cloud SQL, you can manage under Google API and you can access it from GAE. Then several questions are coming up. We will take it up towards the end. Then Google Cloud Storage. Google Cloud Storage is again you can manage it under Google API, and it is then you can access it from GAE applications. So in general, whatever database Google is talking about, they are schema-less object data stores. And for querying and other things, SQL like query language, you will get, they normally call it as GQL. We'll move to the next slide. Free quota, that is important. If you are a small entrepreneur, getting some free quota and testing the waters by building a small application is quite important. Then if it is catching the imagination, you go ahead with a further marketing plan and also increase the resources and try to work with that. So here front end and back end instance hours 28. What is this 28 instance hours 28? Roughly it may translate to 5 million page views in a month. That is quite large. Then blob store up to 1 GB, data store up to 1 GB, then operations like write and read to data store 50K each. Then log data 1 GB and 100 MB. That is a retrieval rate at a time you can use. This is all for free quota unbilled. Then you can send 100 emails without paying anything. Then bandwidth size, 1 GB is the bandwidth available to you, and bandwidth consumption rate will be 56 MB per minute. Then task queue calls up to 100K calls, task queue calls you can make. So please note that daily limits and allowed consumption rates go much higher for paid applications. Incremental cost. Once you know the overall design philosophy is such that near zero or very free you can get started, but what is equally important is it is incremental cost going to be. Instance hours, you'll find that if you go beyond the free limit, it is 0.08 dollars. Then storage 0.008, code and static file storage 0.0043, and data store writes and reads per million operations $1. Then this one word like how much it takes for writing a simple entity. It may be 15 to 16 write operations. Then bandwidth out per GB will be 0.12. Email per above 200 mails. If you can send up to 10,000 mails for $1. XMPP stanza is again 10,000 K size. It's 0.1. Open channels. Channels are something like that. If you are having an application where a lot of collaboration is happening and you try to integrate it with Google Talk, then the cost involved will be this much. Then with this, if you come to a revenue model, your costs are known to you. Then when you develop your SaaS applications, there could be you may be interested in revenue models. What is implementable? For multi-tenant applications, per user per month subscription or per month subscription, both are possible. Then for single tenant applications, any of the traditional pricing models like I will develop, then afterwards I will charge for annual maintenance, that kind of thing can happen. Then per user per month subscription definitely is possible. Per month subscription is also possible. On top of it, one can think about cost plus. We will develop and run the applications, and the cost you bear, and on top of it you will be taking this much. So as a businessman, you can look at any of these revenue models and much more. That's where the real business starts. Once you can innovate your revenue models, there are better chances for. So essentially, PaaS meets business needs. It is easy to get started, dynamically scalable, and reliability, performance, and security. These are assured from these cloud provider. Cost efficiency, free or near zero capital expenses, hosted services to build web applications, developer tooling for popular web technologies, and moreover, and most important, is easy to operate. That is very important. When you are trying to develop an application, start running it for the public, it should be easy to operate. If the demands may go high, demands may come down. There can be application bugs in that. Then how quickly you can fix those bugs and upload. All those things come to. It becomes very handy when it comes to PaaS. So with this, we can take into the discussion or questions and other modes. This is not intended to be very deep dive into GAE, and we are really looking into questions, and either you can post it on that, and a few questions are coming up, I will read it out.